Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Wilson, National Spokesman for the National Strike Australia. Today is Monday, the 5th of August. I hope everyone has had a great weekend with family, friends and loved ones. And generally speaking, I hope you're all fit and well. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to do a brief upload today just as a follow-on from the announcement that arising from the interview with Ricardo Bossi on the Green Room last Tuesday, about the launching of a new national Australian trade union called the Freedom Union. Okay, let me try and bring everyone up to date with where things are up to. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been inundated, overwhelmed, in fact, by tons of people since that Green Room interview wanting to join the union and indicating broad support for this union to get up and running. As I indicated on the Green Room interview with Ricardo, that we've got to build it. I've got to build it from the ground up. I don't have a union already built to be able to offer you to join. It's not the way I can do it. It's got to be built, and it's got to be built from the ground up. Okay. Now, I've just gone through quite a few months now since February of this year, so 6 months, building the National Strike Australia up and covering its expenses and so on. And so I've now got a fair bit of experience about what's involved with all the costs and all the organisational moving pieces that have to go into getting a union up on its feet. And this is all being done against a backdrop of time constraints, no finances. I don't have any finances at all to build this. And so it really is a tough gig. Okay, but we're handling it. Okay, now let me give you a brief report. Okay, we've secured the website. Okay, the website address only, right? That's been secured, freedomunion.org. Okay, I'll provide that web page address in due course. Okay, so we've secured that. Now, the website now has to be built, designed and built. Okay, so you've got the website out the front, that the landing page that the public sees, and then the subsequent pages that have information, data, uploads, or what have you. Okay, but behind the website, there has to be what they call a customer management system, right? A CRM. Okay, and that is to handle all the union membership and all of the records. Okay, so that has to be done. Now that's going to cost exactly the same funds that that I've had to spend with the national strike, which is about $2,000 a month. Okay, about 25,000 a year. Well, I've now got to spend exactly the same on the Freedom Union stuff. Okay, so funds. Okay, now I might be able to get away with a 30 days grace, and this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the IT people and web hosting people, all of that, will give me 30 days to make our first payment. Okay, and I'm hoping that within that 30 days, I can get some new Freedom Member Union members in who paid their $200. And from there, I can then pay the IT people. Okay, I don't want to rob Peter to pay Paul, but I don't mind telling you, mate, that we're very, very skinny on the money. Okay, now, if you want to join our union, if you want to indicate you want to join our union, what I'd ask you to do, folks, is this: email us at freedomunion@nationalstrikeaustralia.org. I'll say it again: freedomunion@nationalstrikeaustralia.org. all lowercase, okay? And send an email through and say, look, I'd like to join the union. When you are able, could you please contact me and guide me as to how I can go about joining the Freedom Union. Okay, so we can get a list of people and their best way to contact them back. Okay, and have them on standby. So when we're formally ready to launch, okay, we can then contact them and say, okay, this is the way you go about it. Now, I've also been approached by a few people, very kind, very generous people, okay, who wanted to assist financially and they wanted to donate some funds. Now, I'm very nervous about donations, the whole word donations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very nervous. Now, those people who've been around a little while, you might remember how Monica Schmidt ended up in fucking court, that fucking clown, and also Dave Oniggs, another fucking clown. And that was for, asking for money, picking up money, donations without a license or without a permit or without permission from GovCorp. So I hope you understand, if you do want to, gift, not donate, don't use the word donate, but gift, any sort of funds to help get all this set up, you can understand why I'm very nervous about accepting any, okay? And it's a sure way to be set up, okay? They're waiting to take me down. They want to jail me, folks. They want to jail me. You can fucking bet your ass Commo John's right on their radar. I tend to piss people right off, mate, right off. So, now look, we are working on, and it looks like we have, we're going to be able to cure our banking, right? Okay, we can't operate a union without some sort of bank account. Okay, you can't do that, right? And so we've done a lot of work investigating how we're going to go about that, and we believe we found a cure. Okay, and so that means that it's removed that obstacle for me to even consider the launching of a new Australian trade union, because that's the first thing they're going to attack. The very first thing they're going to shut down. Okay, you've got to remember, folks, unlike these other pissant organisations that are out there, they're all part of GovCorp. They're all owned and operated by the Freemasons and their fucking toadies. Okay, the Freedom Union is not. The Freedom Union is genuine. It's genuine. It's genuinely organic, grassroots, and it has no secret society or any third party influences. The only considerations that are taken into account inside of the freedom movement, right, and inside of the Freedom Union, right, is its members. Nothing else. Nothing else. I don't care about any. I give my word, and I'm going to say this publicly right now, the Freedom Union will never, ever, ever become a political party. Never. Okay? We are not interested. I'm not interested. Okay? It is a union. It's there, and it will keep its scope and its focus purely on the interests of its membership without being sidetracked and have its efforts diluted by any of this political party shit. We're not interested in becoming a political party ever. Okay, so let's get that straight. Now, behind the scenes, we're working on a whole bunch of things, okay? We're working on artwork, okay? Logo. Where am I? You can see behind me, we've got a couple of great lasses, mate, working in our art team who are putting all of this artwork together, mate. They are fantastic. I'm telling you, a fantastic crew that I've got working as part of my team. Okay, So we're working on getting the artwork finalised. We are now mobilising and trying to get the web page built, okay, from the ground up, all at the same time. We are working on mission statements. We are working on, the scope of the Freedom Union. We're working on, its vision and the rules and all that sort of stuff behind the scenes, okay? This is a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of work, okay? Look, a couple of things. We're only just talking. Look, a couple of things just to let you know the stuff that we want to gear up for. One is to defend the Freedom Union members, as indeed all of Australia. Okay. So when I talk about the Freedom Union members, the work and the vision and what we're going to tackle is going to, in reality, affect all Australians. So one of the big ones is to protect our members and the population of Australia against artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has a huge possibility to do ordinary people enormous damage, and we've got to really keep an eye on it and make sure that if there is going to be any artificial intelligence in our new Australia, when we take our country back, it's got to work for the people and not enslave the people. So that's just one. I mean, there's another one. You may or may not have heard of an American organization called Judicial Watch. Okay. They relentlessly pursue freedom of information requests and keep dragging information out to expose corrupt institutions like the FBI, Department of Justice, Congress, and the Senate, and so on and so on. Now, the Freedom Union also wants to have that capability so that we can start to really pursue these local councils, these state and federal governments, etc., using the freedom of information and other lines of inquiry that we can pursue. Everything legally that we can do to expose this belligerent occupation, we want to be able to do. So I'll give you a couple of examples what we want to get this Freedom Union geared up for. Okay, and that's as well as protecting ourselves from all of these illegal fines, illegal charges, and illegal GovCorp costs that they are imposing on us. Okay. All right, so we are, we've got a lot on our plate. We're trying to bring it all together. There's only a small team. They are mainly women, not all, but just about all women. I'm surrounded by the most fantastic team of activists that you've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you, and very, very dedicated. This is all being done on a voluntary basis. The work involved is full time. I'm doing it full time. Okay. 50, 60 hours a week, and most of the other team members are putting in about that same amount of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, lots and lots of work going in behind the scenes. I'm still very optimistic, and I'm hoping to be able to formally launch the Freedom Union in the next 3 or 4 weeks. If we can pull all this stuff together, and put it out to be able to get members to formally sign up and to pay a $200 annual membership fee, which will then give us our startup monies. Okay, we need it. Without it, I'm trying to put all of those costs on a 30-day payment. So the first 30 days we launch, and then I'll have 30 days to start being able to, or being forced to pay. Okay, and I'm hoping in that first 30 days that we get enough new members to join, and then we've got some funds in the bank to be able to operate. Okay, so it's going very, very well, ladies and gentlemen, and it's got a bunch of support. Now, the National Strike team and the National Strike is going to go nowhere. It's going to remain in place, and we are going to ride that right through the end. Okay, the launch of the freedom movement will not impact onto the work of the National Strike, only to support it. Okay, so the National Strike and all of the moving parts that we are currently working with there is going to continue. It's going to continue. Okay, I'll put out a written email brief, and very soon, the next few days, and I will communicate all of this stuff that I'm telling you now in an email out to all of the 10,000 plus national strikers. Okay. So far so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I will do a further upload soon. Okay, I'll do a further upload soon. I will try to keep you all informed. Please, if you want to indicate your desire to join the union, put your name just on our list, Freedom Union at nationalstrikeaustralia.org. Okay, and then we will capture that information, and the moment we're ready and able to accept new members, then we will write to you or contact you and say, hey, we're ready to go. Do you wish to still join the union? And if you do, this is how to go about it. Okay, folks, thank you very much. A couple of other things just to finish up, and we're just talking. You can obviously see all of the social upheaval in the UK at the moment, particularly in England. You can see how bad things have deteriorated in England, and the damage and the injury and the deaths that have gone over there with those 3 young girls and those other girls that were stabbed. Very, very sad. Okay, very sad. Look, for me, the people I would be attacking is not necessarily those illegals that are in the country, okay, as bad as what they are behaving, okay, and their ill intent. But for me, I believe everyone should be uniting to attack these governments, councils, and cops, and all of them, because they're the ones that have set all of this up. While ever they're watching white England fight it out to the death with black England, even though they may be illegals, okay, while ever they're able to sit back and enjoy watching that, it's a problem for me, because they don't feel the heat. They don't feel any heat. They've set all this up and they don't feel any heat at all. Okay. You can see the media constantly trying to egg it all on, trying to inflame the situation. They are down to their identity politics again. They're calling ordinary mothers and fathers who are out protesting and showing their displeasure. They're trying to, every day they're calling them far right, okay, far right activists, right? And that all of that's going to come to Australia, folks. It's going to come to Australia. I can tell you now, mate, we've got a big infiltration from the Muslim Brotherhood here in this country, mate. Big infiltration, okay? And so, we've got to get this union up, mate. We've got to get it up, because all of this stuff that's happening in the UK is coming here. It's coming here. Now, I'm already on their radar, and they're going to come after me big time, big time. I'm upsetting a lot of people. Now, the dog media, okay, the corporate media idiots, you watch them, they're going to call me a far-right lunatic. Now, this is just going to blow me out of the water, I can tell you, from being an old communist from the far left. Now I'm going to be described publicly as a far-right lunatic. It's going to be embarrassing to listen to their garbage, okay? Hilariously embarrassing. It's almost going to be funny, okay? So this stuff that's happening in the UK is coming to Australia, folks, so we've got to get our finger out and we've got to get ourselves organised, okay? You can already see right across the freedom movement all of these other fakers that are out there, mate, these pisshead fakers and infiltrators, Freemasons and other secret society. They're doing everything they can to hijack the Australian public, right? And again, lead them down to dead ends. And basically, mate, they are going to try and capitalise and on this social upheaval that's coming. They're going to try and capitalise, and then after all of the blood, sweat, and tears and all the violence takes place, they're going to hold themselves out as the solution. Okay, as the solution. Remember, folks, it is problem, reaction, solution. Okay, they generate the problem. All of this social upheaval that's currently here and more coming, they've generated it. Okay, then they're going to get all of the Australians are going to be upset and all the rest of it, and then they're going to hold themselves out for being the solution. Okay, order out of chaos. The Freemasons, Jesuits, and all of these Zionists and Fabians, right? These secret society stooges and their operatives. Okay, in order for them to be able to morph into these new sort of paradigms, okay, they need chaos. Order out of chaos. And that's why I'm saying I believe Australia's going down the same track, okay? We are going to be getting a dose of the UK social anarchy over here. It may not be as bad, I don't know. It may be worse, I don't know. All I know is that the Muslim Brotherhood that were Barack Obama's baby, the Muslim Brotherhood, they've deeply infected America and its institutions, and they've done the same here in Australia. Okay, they are all armed, the Muslim Brotherhood, all of them. We're not. Okay, and they are going to want to start a real big problem. Remember, folks, the Freemasons, order out of chaos. Okay, they want to create chaos so they can hold themselves up as being the solution. Okay, sorry about that, folks, a bit of outside noise. So, folks, we got to get this union up and running. You've got my word, folks. I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, I've got no other agenda, none. Okay, the only agenda I have is to protect and do our very best to protect and defend all of our union members and by extension the people of Australia. You've got to remember, we are not trying to build some exclusive me organisation. Okay, no. We've got to have an organisation of some description, and a trade union. In the history of this country, trade unions and strikes work. The only thing that have ever worked in this country for 200 years. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to talk to you. I'll give another update very soon. Okay. John Wilson, National Strike Australia, Monday, the 5th of August. Good night. Let's get rid of these piss ass